Welcome back to Arty Noobs. This is an FV207. It's a Tier 8 British SPG. It's located on the assault team on Ghost Town Assault, and it's under the command of Moose. Well, this is the Arty that was built from the hull of the Conqueror. In fact, it wasn't built because it was part of the FV series of tank designs. And this particular one never actually got off the drawing board. But you can see what looks like the rear of the Conqueror tank, and the guns facing over the rear deck, and the front of the vehicle is where the gubbins are, the crew compartment, and the spade, of course, for stabilisation, to digging into the recoil. And you can see that the gun actually pivots in a mount, which means it's got a very wide arc of fire, which actually puts this in one of the really good Artys, because in theory it's not only got the ability to use vents, but it can use vent purge as well, which will boost the crew skills. So if you've got a rammer, vents, vent purging, and you can massively increase the fire rate. Plus, of course, there's only two guns that you can use with this Arty. One of them is the 6-inch and the other one is the 5.5-inch. Now the 6-inch, which I think he's using here, yes he is, 152.4, means it's a very similar caliber to the 155mm armed American Artys, and of course the Soviet Artys, which have all got 152 caliber variants as well. And that means he's got a fast reload of only 23 seconds here, according to Moose's stats. And that one landed near the T-32. And he's got lots of ammo as well to fire, which means he's a very active Arty. And that means he's also very likely to get a Confederate medal if he can hit enough of the enemy during the battle. The more shells you can put down range, the more likely you're going to end up with a medal at the end of this game. Well, that Object 430 was firing around that position. Yes! Direct hit on the Object 430. 309. That's a tier 10 game with tier 8 tanks in it. So Moose as a tier 8 Arty is going to earn a lot more extra XP. And I think you can see these tanks are moving up to a particular part of the ridgeline before they shoot. And that tells Moose exactly where he needs to put the shell. Rounds out on the Object 430. Direct hit again. 234 this time. So firing on the north side of the map is actually giving him a lot of success. Just saw a GW Tiger about to pass him. And that Hawk 30, when he's got close to the cliff edge, oh, almost went over there. And before Moose can shoot, he's taken out the game. The enemy seems to be pushing on the north side, but it's not doing them too well because they've actually lost a number of tanks. Down on the south side, well, we've got some defenders here. And there's a T-32, an American heavy tank. Tier 8, rounds out on him. Lands near him, but it's still 190 hit points a splash. We're one tank up on the enemy, but remember this is an assault game, which means it only lasts 10 minutes. And we've already had 3. So they need to get a move on to kill all of the enemy or capture the cap within the next 6 3/4 minutes. T-32 again, trying to work out where to put the shell. He's fired on that spot. Nothing come back, so he might have hit it, he might not. We don't know. That's why it's very important to watch each fall of shots. If you don't know, he might have got a blind hit there. Well, the T-32 was struck because he's actually stunned. So it looks like the shell did land near him. One of our teammates just found him, the Char Future. And that shell found him as well for 274. And he gets a critical hit out of it. Now Moose is continuing to move southward. The GW went all the way up into the corner to get accurate shots on some of the enemy. We're now looking at an IS-3 making for the gap, but Moose is not loaded yet, but he is momentarily. The T-32's a one shot. We can get around into him, work out where he's going, rounds out. This could be a kill. It is. That's his first kill of the game. And again, he's moving position while he reloads. Perfectly acceptable. You've got plenty of time to reload, so you might as well just change position while you're doing it. Oh, and that IS-3 now's having a fight out with that M46 pattern, the tier 9, the IS-3 goes down, and there's one of the enemy RT. And it looks to me like he's pulling back to avoid counter battery, but the round goes in and lands next to him for 102. Now he's not going to be too happy about that, but he's going to have a devil of a job trying to work out where Moose has gone. Even though he knows the direction that Moose fired from, even if he was to see the tracer, Moose has already moved his spot, and that makes it easier for him to avoid counter battery. Now that 263 is moving up to the corner, rounds out on him, direct hit, 274 on an open-topped tank destroyer, Stalin Sandal as they called it. Another round went in from the M53, M55. We're now lining up a shot on the ISM, who's a one-shot. There's only 5 enemies left. There's 4 minutes 25 seconds to go. He's going to go for this Object 263 again, who gets hit. And yes, struck again for 257. He's almost a one-shot now. If the M53, M55 can finish him off. If he doesn't, then we probably will. We've marked him as target again. Moose is going for it. Only a few seconds left to go. The Object 263's backed himself into the corner there. There's nowhere for him to go. Rounds out and, oh, 136. Not enough to kill him, but here comes the ship bomb. And there goes the 263. That means there's only 2 enemies left, and they're both Arty. There's the M53, M55 being attacked by the ELC Evan 90, and there's the other one. And he's the last one alive now. Moose fires at him. Looks at the follow shot. Oh, he killed him! He must have got a direct hit on the cab. It penetrated and took the guy out altogether. And that finishes the game. So Moose gets 2 kills out of it and the last shot in the game. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. It's an ace tanker for Moose in the FV207. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in that one. He got 9, but no other medals in the game. Let's have a look at the team score and see exactly how he did. Well, didn't get the highest damage in the game. That went to the 60T P Lewandowski Go. He managed to get 4,920 hit points, but he didn't survive the game, I'm afraid. He got wiped out. Next highest scorer was Moose with 2648. He survived the game undamaged. And the next high score after that was the Char-Future 4, who got 2,583 and yet again did not survive the game. If we look at the number of kills, we can see that the highest scorer was our M53, M55. He got 4 kills in that game, even though he got a very low amount of damage. He managed to pick off a lot of tanks which were badly wounded. The next high score after that was the ship bomb, the FV207 Stage 2, got 3 kills in the game. And then we got Moose with 2 kills, and the M46 pattern as well with 2 kills. And the rest only had 1 kill or none at all. And when it came to base XP, it was Moose at the top with 1,114, 927 went to the ELC Evan 90, and 845 went to the M46 pattern. Moose fired 13 rounds in that game, got 7 direct hits and 1 penetration, 14 splash. Damage of 2,648 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He damaged 6 of the enemy, killed 2, and did 1,971 hit points of stun assist off 13 stunners. On a premium count, he earned 34,099 credits from that game, and after resupply of ammunition took away 35,289 credits. He received 1,114 XP, got ×2 for the first victory, and 836 from personal reserve bonus, so he took away 4,178 experience points altogether. So another great game from Moose, another ace tanker under his belt. I don't know if this was his first one, but probably not actually. He certainly did work hard for it. He was putting those shells in as many as he could, but he was aiming at the same targets several times. As you can see on this list, that T-32 took 4 rounds, 4 stuns from him, and that guy alone lost 538 hit points of him to his health. And we can see the M53 that he did penetrate and kill. Yes, it was a penetrating shot. It's got a 1 next to it. That normally means that was the penetrating round, and he picked up 450 hit points because the shell went right through the cab and blew it to pieces. So very good game there by Moose in the FV207. And we will be continuing our our collection of Moose videos very shortly, so do stick around and you'll see another one soon. Thanks for watching.